Bound to happen, guys. Chescritta, in your stateless, policeless society, who's going to keep us safe? First of all, the government has no duty to keep you safe, actually. It's been ruled that police are not obligated to keep you safe. But why is that the first place that you run? And let me explain some of the reasoning why I think people run there and the psychology behind it. So when you're young and you're a child, your parents are responsible for your safety, right? They say stay away from strangers, you know, don't eat candy that you don't know where it came from, don't run in front of cars, yada, yada, yada. Hopefully they imprint enough on you so you're, not a bumbling idiot by the time you leave them. But why at that point do we say, okay, well, I'm out of the home, now I want the government to fill my parents' role? And this really ticks me off, because the government is really, really good at convincing you that they are your parents when your parents aren't there. Now, not everyone, I know I'm probably preaching to the choir to most of you on this, but think about it. They want to step right in and take care of everything for you, and they're trying to take more and more every single day. But back to safety, the 90-pound lady, okay, that's 100 years old with a .44 Magnum, this is assuming she can handle the recoil, of course, is just as powerful as a full-grown man with the same handgun, right? So that's my idea of safety. Who's going to keep you safe? For God's sakes, when the shit hits the fan in your life, okay, you're the first person there. You're the first responder. Now, I've heard this said before that the police, I mean, they're all about just filling out paperwork. They get there after shots have been fired. I mean, like, you look out here in the gang areas of California, man, they never catch any of the guys that, I mean, it's gang on gang crime most of the time, but they never catch any of these guys. You got to be there for yourself. So I'm not responsible for your safety. I shouldn't have to be, and I don't think that the government should either. Now, I'm not saying that if tanks, from Mexico come rolling through the streets, that there shouldn't be something done about that. But I'm talking about just, basic criminality. If you look at the most armed societies, and I think Demcad did a video on this and tried to debunk it or something, but overall, okay, on the averages, the more armed and openly armed a society, the less violence and physical harm and gun crimes there are. Now I'm talking about in the U.S. I'm not going to try to compare us to Yemen or anything like that, because I haven't studied it, but I know in the U.S. that's pretty much how it works. And that's who I'm addressing. But yeah, the government, I mean, no, I could think of a million things before safety that a government would be useful for, or objections to my plan of no government whatsoever. I don't guarantee safety. It's liberty or freedom or liberty. I mean, it's one or the other, guys. And I said that in the comments. I can't guarantee your safety, but in that society, I can guarantee that you would be free. And so which do you want more? I mean, it's a really, really easy decision, in my opinion. It's like you want all the freedoms, everything that life has to offer without looking over your back, or every time you see a cop behind you, you freaking tense up because you think he's going to pull you over or give you a ticket. Cops are out there to arrest and ticket. But the trade-off is this, okay? You don't have any of that, and you're responsible for your own safety. And I think it would create a better society as far as family units, towns, because people, like, I heard someone saying, like, people don't know their neighbors, anymore. Well, something happens on your block, are you going to call the cops? Or are you going to go run to your neighbor? What if you knew all of your neighbors were armed and you had a neighborhood watch going? And maybe you had some sort of signal going? How much faster than the police would they get there? So these are the types of things that would work out in that society. Now, this is all theoretical and hypothetical, but to think that the government, or the first thing that would pop into your mind, how would we, keep criminals at bay with no government? The government is the biggest criminal there is.